Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. A replica of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall in Washington, D.C. is now on display in Sayre. Big Fox's Josh Feldberg was there to see the last piece of the wall put into place.
The Wall That Heals completed its setup in Riverfront Park earlier today. The traveling three-quarter scale replica of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial will be open to the public to visit following an opening ceremony on Thursday at 6 p.m.
The wall itself is a three-quarter replica of the wall in Washington, and it's 375 foot long. At the apex, it's 7.5 foot tall. And this is just a great honor to have this in our valley, and it's the closest thing to the wall in Washington you'll see.
This is the first time the wall has ever been in Sayre. Suzanne and Robert applied for the wall for the first time this year, and Sayre was selected out of 90 other cities.
Tomorrow is our welcome home ceremony. That will be at 6 p.m. here in the park. 6 to 7 p.m. At 7 p.m. we will have taps played, and during that ceremony we're going to be reading 127 names of local heroes that were killed in our 7 surrounding counties that surround Bradford County.
The wall was brought to Sayre to help families heal and take the opportunity to help younger generations learn about the war.
Just absolutely, we invite everybody to come out and see the Wall That Heals. It's a free opportunity. There's no charge to get in. We have ample parking. We have handicap parking available, as well as golf carts to help people get to the wall. They can come and reflect. The Sayre Area High School has built us some benches so people can sit and reflect, take their time at the wall. There's no time limit, and again, it's open 24 hours a day. From today, Wednesday, at 3 o'clock through till Sunday. The closing is at 2 o'clock.
And a lot of the families can't get to Washington. We're hoping they can reflect, they can heal, and have some form of closure. For a small area, we lost in Bradford County alone 27 KIAs in Vietnam. So it's a closure, hopefully, for the families.
Josh Feldberg, Big Fox News, Sayre.
Authorities report that they keep finding marijuana plants on state land. Rangers found over 12 marijuana plants in a state forest in Allegheny County. After finding these plants, the Department of Environmental Conservation found more than a dozen plants on another state property. The plants were cut down, taken off the property, and were told they were destroyed. Representative Sempolinski announced that he is co-sponsoring the bipartisan Words Matter Act. The act is intended to update U.S. law by removing uses of outdated and offensive language directed toward the disability community. Congressman Sempolinski said that he, quote, "As a father to a daughter with Down syndrome, my goal in Congress is to fight every day to help Americans living with disabilities." This month is Domestic Abuse Awareness Month, and Big Fox's Maggie Hall spoke with a local organization that's highlighting the issue of domestic violence in our community.
Approximately 1 out of 4 women and 1 out of 7 men have suffered at the hands of domestic abuse. Domestic violence is a real and present issue in our nation and in our communities. I talked with Katie Rhodes of Catholic Charities today to see how they're helping survivors of domestic abuse and how you can shine a light on the issue.
Sure. So purple is the color of domestic violence awareness, and October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. I would say one way that people can get involved is just to think about what could you do to go purple for the month. Whether it's wearing purple and having a conversation with people that you work with, wondering, why are you wearing that purple ribbon to work? What does that mean? Or using purple lights at your home or business.
Elmira is being colored purple with these ribbons.
So Catholic Charities and our Shine the Light Committee has partnered with the city to be able to hang up the ribbons along Church Street. We've also done the same thing up in Watkins Glen and Montour Falls, just to bring awareness to the issue of domestic violence.
Catholic Charities also has a First Step program that helps victims of domestic violence.
If they want to have help developing a safety plan or they need an order of protection, things like that are what our advocates are here for.
Catholic Charities assisted over 200 survivors of domestic abuse this past year. If you or someone you know is suffering from domestic violence, you can call and text Catholic Charities 24/7 hotline at 607-742-9629 or the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 800-799-7233. Maggie Hall, Big Fox News, Elmira.
Corning has announced the closure of several streets throughout the month of October for paving. Take a look at your screen. These 8 streets will be closed and no parking will be allowed from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. The paving will begin October 10th and finish up October 17th. OPEC Plus nations agreed to slash oil production. It's the deepest cut since 2020. And it's a move that's sure to increase gas prices here at home. And it comes just 3 months after President Biden visited oil-producing Saudi Arabia. Caroline Shively reports.
Expect to dig a little deeper to fill that gas tank today. The national average for a gallon of regular jumped 2.5 cents from yesterday and more than 6.5 cents over a week ago. Rising demand and a tight supply have helped push prices up after a downward trend late this summer, and now they could go even higher. OPEC members and their allies, including Russia, gathered in Austria today to look at production levels. Just the potential for a cut in supply pushed oil prices up by $3 a barrel on Tuesday. Then today, the group cut output by 2 million barrels a day.
I think this is really bad news for American consumers. But the truth of the matter is that dependency on foreign countries for American oil and gas is a choice. And it's a choice that this administration has made repeatedly, unfortunately, with the policies that they have pursued so far.
If a cut results in sustained higher global gas prices, it would be a major win for Russia, despite sanctions in place because of the war in Ukraine. Moscow would make more money per barrel before a European Union ban on most Russian oil imports goes into effect and make it much more costly for Western countries to impose more sanctions on Russia.
We absolutely do agree that we need to be less dependent on OPEC Plus and foreign producers.
Big changes in the price of gas most certainly will have an effect on the greater economy. The world uses up to 100 million barrels of oil per day. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
A new report sheds some light on how much an average U.S. household spends on bills yearly. The report is by online pay service Doxo. It estimates an average U.S. household spends a little over $24,000 on bills per year. The report says that amount is spent on 10 bill categories that include rent, mortgage, auto loans, utilities, and cable and internet. The cost of bills rose 6% from a year ago and adds up to nearly a third of last year's median U.S. household income, which was about $70,784. Terrifying video showing a person dangerously jumping between awnings of a very tall building in New York City's Battery Park. Video posted to social media shows the person appearing to talk on the phone while standing on the awning of a window. Moments later, the person hangs up the call, jumps from awning to awning on the 23rd story building. That before crawling into an open window. Wow. Your complete forecast is next, plus this.
The Elon Twitter takeover saga is nearing its end. I'm Laura Ingle in New York. I've got the details coming up.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
It was a beautiful day across much of New York. Lots of blue skies, that cloud cover decreasing from the remnants of Ian, and temperatures even climbing into the 70s. Now, we will note that we'll keep some mild weather at least over the next 24 to 36 hours, and then there will be some changes ahead for the region. So as we step through the overnight, we'll note that we'll continue to stay under those clear skies. We'll look at low temperatures holding into the 40s, maybe a few isolated 30s, but with calm conditions and some of that lingering moisture, there will be the potential of some some patchy fog. But again, we're going to stray away from talking about frost and freeze conditions just yet, as we'll see just around those mid 40s for the entire area. Now, what we'll try to continue to track as we step through the latter half of the week is going to be some changes. Now, Thursday expected to still be fairly similar to what we were experiencing throughout the day today, as temperatures are going to be back above average, especially when you have a more comfortable start to the day. It'll be easier to bring those temperatures back up into the 70s, especially as we will remain under some sunshine. But as we have that above average forecast on Thursday, we will be bringing in some light rainfall as we step into our Friday forecast, as there will be a cold front marching across the state, and that's also going to start to initiate some cooling temperatures. We'll see that our warmest temperatures on Friday could occur early in the day, and then we'll continue to watch those temperatures fall and even talk about the potential of widespread frost and maybe even a few isolated locations of freeze occurring as we head throughout that weekend forecast. Now, we'll trend again to still see that conditions are going to be very pleasant for our Thursday. A little bit of that patchy morning fog burning off by mid-morning, and then we're under just some partly cloudy skies with high temperatures into those 70s. So very pleasant for this time of the year. So get out and enjoy some of those maybe sparkling fall colors that are starting to pop this time of the year, especially when we get these changes in the temperature trends. It signals to the trees that it's time to shed some of those layers for winter. Now, average for this time of the year is about 66 degrees, so we're slightly anywhere from about 5 to up to 10 degrees above average. Now, that change will come with that frontal system coming late on Thursday with maybe a few light showers with the initial cold front, but the more powerful cold front is going to come on Friday, and that's what's going to shift the temperature trend and bring in the better chance for some of those light showers. Now, we see that temperatures hold about 53 degrees, so being 5 to 10 degrees above average, we go to 5 to 10 degrees below average, so nearly a 20-degree temperature change at least will be the difference from Thursday into Friday. And then on top of that, it's going to be a little windy as well as rainy, keeping the gloomier feel around. Now, accumulation-wise, pretty minimal. It's just going to shake out a shower or two. Frontal system doesn't have a lot of moisture associated with it, and there's some drier layers behind Ian that will be in dominance. Now, we'll stay cooler, but we have some returning sunshine on Saturday, but note those morning lows Saturday morning as well as Sunday morning, so frost and freeze potential will be issued across the state yet again, but we look to stay on the quiet side as we step into next week, as we'll even see the potential to return temperatures back into the 60s and be back towards average as early as Tuesday.
Higher interest rates hit the home buying market. A popular vaping company is looking into bankruptcy, and there's a new app shaking up the social media scene. Kelly O'Grady has those stories and more in today's Business Briefs.
Mortgage rates have moved higher again. The Mortgage Bankers Association average on a 30-year fixed-rate loan rose to 6.75% last week. That's the highest rate since 2006. Applications for refinancing dropped 86% from the same week a year ago, while home buying application volume was 37% lower. Vaping company Juul is said to be considering a possible bankruptcy filing. Barron says the company is fighting the FDA to keep its e-cigarettes on the market. Juul is said to be lining up financing that would permit it to restructure. The FDA ordered Juul's products removed from the market in June, though the decision is on hold pending an appeal. Well, you can now buy Tupperware at Target. Generally, Tupperware has sold its plastic food storage containers solely through in-home Tupperware parties or its own website. This is part of the container company's ongoing effort to reinvent itself. And experts are calling social media platform Be Real the anti-Instagram. It prompts users once a day to post photos of whatever they're doing at a completely random moment. It takes photos from users' front and back camera, giving them 2 minutes to post and unlock the ability to view their friends' pictures. The purpose is to encourage users to be real about what they're up to online. That's business. I'm Kelly O'Grady.
Elon Musk changes his mind on Twitter once again. The billionaire is now moving forward with his plans to take over the company. Laura Ingle reports.
The Elon Musk Twitter takeover deal is back on. Twitter announcing Tesla's CEO will now proceed with his original offer of buying the company for $44 billion. Musk recommitted to the agreement in a letter filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission Tuesday. It's a decision that comes just weeks before Musk was expected in court after being sued by Twitter for trying to break the deal.
We all expected fireworks given the color of this particular dispute. But the fact is, case is settled on the eve of trial.
The on-again, off-again deal began last April with the initial buyout offer. Twitter accepted, but weeks later, Musk backed out over concerns Twitter was misrepresenting the number of spam accounts on its platform. This led to Twitter suing and then Musk countersuing. In September, the billionaire even petitioned a judge to add a Twitter whistleblower to his claim to back up his spam allegations. It's a move some financial experts allege was calculated.
He was trying to get a better price. Let's face it, tech stocks crashed weeks after he made this deal, and it went through. So clearly he's overpaying.
Now the question is, will Musk have enough money to finance the deal?
I added up all the various sources of money that he has said he has been able to acquire, and I think he's still like $15 billion short.
In a tweet, Musk says buying Twitter is an accelerant to creating X, the Everything app. Details on that app are still unclear.
The number of private sector jobs increased by 208,000 in September, as reported by payroll processing company ADP, and annual pay rose 7.8% over the past year. That increase was stronger than expected, though this is not necessarily an indication of what will be released in the Labor Department's monthly employment report on Friday. Soaring prices and inflation are causing some Americans to rethink their holiday travel plans. According to a new Bankrate survey, almost half of adults in the U.S. are planning to travel this holiday season. About 79% of those travelers might be modifying those plans due to the recent surge in prices. Some holiday travelers are opting to cash in credit card reward points or save travel miles to cut costs. Others are scaling down their travel plans by traveling for fewer days or staying in less expensive accommodations. Still ahead, a pill that claims to give you the benefits of exercise without going to the gym. More on the pill that researchers at MIT are developing, which they say could help people to lose weight. As flu season gets underway, the CDC is urging people across the country to get vaccinated. And this year, there are some new drugs for people 65 and older. David Lee Miller reports.
Flu season is upon us, and health experts say it could be a tough one. After 2 years of mild cases due to the COVID-19 pandemic, there is growing concern America will be hard hit by influenza. The main indicator, a nasty flu season just ended in Australia.
Australia and New Zealand have had flu seasons that essentially are to pre-pandemic levels.
Now there is a renewed push for anyone 6 months and older, along with the immunocompromised, to get vaccinated. The medical community saying it could save lives.
Flu can cause mild to severe symptoms, life-threatening complications, including hospitalization and death.
This year, people 65 and older are also being urged to ask their doctors about a new extra-strength type of flu vaccine.
The reason for that is that they just don't respond as well as healthy adults or children do to the normal flu shot.
Two options on the market contain higher doses of the main anti-flu ingredient found in a normal dose. A third option has a special ingredient that helps boost people's immune response. Seniors are advised to ask their doctor which option is best for them and to do it soon. The CDC is recommending everyone get vaccinated by Halloween, before the winter season gets into full swing.
Researchers at MIT are developing a pill that they say could help people lose weight and possibly give them the benefits of exercise without going to the gym. Bree Douglas reports.
My advice to everyone will be, if you can, live healthier, stay active, eat healthier. If you can't, then, you have to resort to other resources.
One of those resources MIT professor Manolis Kallis and his team are working on is a pill that could produce similar effects as exercise for those who, for whatever reason, can't hit the gym.
Such an intervention would be a complete game changer. And the reason for that is that the obesity epidemic has led to the U.S. having a decreased lifespan.
According to the CDC, obesity increased by 11% in the United States during the pandemic alone. While this new pill wouldn't be a weight loss drug, it would use your stem cells, muscles, and fat to create a healthier you.
It will suddenly have global impact on the health of the United States.
The idea of exercise and a pill is creating interesting opinions from students around MIT's campus.
I don't think I would personally take the pill, as I enjoy working out and enjoy it as like a mental relaxation.
I guess I'm dubious about how this could actually be replicated. Exercise seems to be something that, it has no shortcuts to.
Dr. Callis emphasizes if you are able to exercise, then this pill shouldn't replace that. His team simply wants to create another option for those who can't.
To basically help make people live healthier, more fulfilled lives.
Stay with us. We'll have more right after this. We want to leave you with a smile. Petco is making it easier for pet parents to include their fur babies in holiday celebrations this year. The pet retailer is introducing a holiday collection called More and Merrier. This collection features more than 500 pet products, including festive toys, treats, matching pajama sets, and more fun apparel for pets of any size. It also features products for several holiday celebrations, including Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, and New Year's. Petco says prices for most items are listed under $19.99. I'm Scott Beadle. Thanks so much for watching.